Your attention, please. And now, on with the show.
Coming to you from quarantined New York, it's Unger the Radar, starring Randy Unger. Brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Tonight, Randy will be reviewing the new films Body Cam and Aid with special guest critics Rachel Kolb and Matt Roren. And now, here's your host, Randy Unger.
Hey guys, Randy Unger here, Unger the Radar, here with another fun-filled episode full of movie reviews. And tonight I have with me two very familiar faces. I've got Rachel Kolb. Hello, Rachel.
Hello. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty well, all
Good.
things considered.
Yeah, exactly. And Mr. Matt Roren. Hey, Matt.
Hello! How's everyone doing? Yay!
Yay! So guys, I just want to start off with our pandemic picks. I mean, it's been a crazy week, as has been the whole these 2 months, 3 months. It's hard to keep track at this point. Rachel, what have you been watching this week?
Well, this week I got around to finally watching Taika Waititi's What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh wow, that's from 2014, right?
Yes, I've been enjoying the TV show, but I had never actually seen the movie, which the nice thing is that even though there is an episode of the show that does tie back to the movie, they are separate characters, they're separate households of vampires, so you don't have to see the movie to enjoy the show.
Okay. But it does make references to the show, vice versa.
Yeah. The show does make references to the movie in one particular episode with the Vampires Council.
Cool. Matt, are you a fan of What We Do in the Shadows?
I'm a huge fan of the film. I've not yet watched the show. I need to get on that.
Yeah,
you should. It's great. It's so good.
I doubt it. I just, we just showed it at the cinema not too long ago, so it was nice to see it again on the big screen. Because first time I saw the movie, I just watched it like at night in my room on a tiny TV. So seeing it on the big screen was great, and it's still fantastic. Such a good movie, so funny.
And I heard that Taika oh my god, I can never pronounce his name. Taika. He's directing, I think, a big budget film. I think
Star Wars.
Star Wars TV show, right, for Disney Plus.
That's crazy.
I think he's doing the next movie.
The next movie. Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be insane.
He directed 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, I think.
Did he do Thor Ragnarok?
Yes.
Yeah,
he directed Thor Ragnarok. He did Hunt for the Wilder People.
Jojo Rabbit.
Yep. And of course he also acted in a couple episodes of The Mandalorian as the droid.
Oh, cool. I
The
could see.
nanny droid.
I've only gotten through like maybe the first 4 episodes, so I'm a little behind. Yeah, I liked it. What I saw, if that's any indication of like where the movies are headed in terms of tone, I think we're in for a treat.
Yes.
So, all right, Matt, what have you been watching this week?
I've been moving along through watching like everything Disney. In the early '60s, and I just backtracked a little bit to watch the entire Lone Ranger series from '57 to '61. Just because they made 2 feature films out of a mashup of episodes. So I decided to just watch the whole shit series, get that out of the way. So I'm doing that. I've been watching the classic 70s one day at a time. And been watching Doctor Who, classic stuff. which I'm up to the second, well, the last of the initial Doctors before they did that movie in the 90s and then did the reboot.
Okay.
So doing that, it was like Doctor number 8, I guess. So that's cool. And then I've just been watching some movies too. Right now, I'm in the middle of watching, rewatching, of course, Death Wish. Not the remake, but the original.
Good. I was about to say, Bruce Willis.
Classic Bronson, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eli Roth. The only movie I liked that he directed was his children's movie. So, The House with the Clock in its Walls.
Oh, that was good.
It was great.
Jack
It was
Black.
great for a children's movie.
Mhm.
It was like everything you wanted. Like it had that like creepiness of '80s kids movies,
Mhm.
and he handles that really well. I think his horror movies are too gory for the sake of gore and not
Yeah.
much on plot. So so it was nice.
Okay.
I didn't see his Death Wish, but I don't really plan on seeing it anytime soon.
Didn't they make like 7 of them? Like 7 of them? 5 or 6 Death Wishes, the original.
I've only seen the first 3. I'm not sure what goes on beyond that, but I'm sure there's plenty. It's like
Yeah,
the Dirty Harry. There's like so many of them.
I know. And yeah, I think the third one was that the one where he had like this like Gatling gun, and it was like this
Yeah.
weirdo where he was like wiping everyone out. I mean, that's pretty much all of them.
There was like it may be like tied for first on like my favorite. Usually I like in an action franchise I like 1 and 3. It's usually like it's like Die Hard.
Right.
Die Hard 1, Die Hard 3. Fantastic. 2, it's okay.
It is okay, and I watched it recently. It's not terrible. It's just it's a rehab
Yeah.
of the first movie at an
Yeah. Because the second one, they're always like either trying to do something completely different or they're trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like neither one of those things work.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of remakes, Matt, are you watching the remake of One Day at a Time? Since I know you mentioned
I have not
watching-
seen it yet. I decided that I will watch it when I'm done with this.
Okay.
But yeah, I figured I was gonna Shout Factory put out the complete series, so I was like, I'm gonna buy this. I'm at home all the time, so
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Are you
Well, the new show is pretty great, so I highly recommend it.
here. And like
Matt-
Norman Lear's still involved with it, which is awesome.
Are you seeing all these Disney shows and movies through Disney Plus?
Sadly, like 70% of the live action ones are not on Disney Plus.
Huh. Okay.
There a lot of them are on Amazon for like a low rental, like a $3.99, $2.99 rental. So I've been doing that a lot. Some of them I've been, are on the YouTube that I've been streaming. But yeah, I mean the live action stuff, unless it's like a super popular one like Parent Trap or Pollyanna or Darby O'Gill and Little People, it's not on there.
Okay. Speaking of YouTube and sharing links and stuff like that, did you do a cafe this past weekend?
Yeah, we did City of the Dead,
Okay.
aka Horror Hotel from 1960,
Okay.
with Christopher Lee. So that was fun. That's a good one. It's like one of those movies that it doesn't fall under like the super camp thing. It's like actually like a pretty good horror movie.
I'll have to check that one out. Cool. Yeah, Rachel, if you don't know, Cult Cafe, Matt does he hosts and curates this lovely series. They did it at the Cinema Arts Center. Now you're doing it through Facebook, I think, where they show old cult classics, random movies like The Wrong Guys was 2-3 weeks ago.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, they did Ghostbusters and a bunch of other fun stuff, and it's just a really cool. It's just a really cool venue.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. All right, guys. So it is nighttime. We're never this late with the show, but it's fine. All right, so we have first up of our movie reviews. This one is an interesting film. I don't think, I've been thinking about it. It's not on my radar. I don't think it's on there. It's called Body
I
Count.
know. I'm Body Cam. I was like, which one is he talking about? Yes. Okay. The first one is Body Cam.
Body
Okay.
Cam. And basically, Mary J. Blige stars in it as a cop who she sees some footage of a murder, and there's a supernatural element. And you know what? I would have thought this would have been a better film if it just focused on the police procedural formula instead of introducing this, like, I guess it's sort of a ghost or some kind of malicious entity. And that kind of ruined it. It ruined it for me.
Yeah.
But, I thought Mary J. Blige was great. I thought she very solid.
She's
a good actress. Yeah.
Yeah, she's great in Umbrella Academy. New season of that's coming out soon. You could just watch that if you really want to watch Mary J. Blige.
Okay. Well, she started out as a rapper, if I'm not mistaken, right? I don't know much about her.
Like,
okay,
R&B, little hip hop in there, but I mean, she's great. The movie was just like, I felt like it was. At first, I just assumed it was going to be like some kind of like ploy to like be like black and blue lives, they both matter, and it. Then all of a sudden I was like, wait, is this a horror movie?
Mm-hmm.
Is this like a ghost movie?
Right.
And it never makes up its mind whether or not it's a cop drama or a horror movie or some kind of science fiction thing.
Yeah.
It misses all the marks.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think that you could have had a movie that was all those things and still be a good movie. Like, I mean, you see Jordan Peele do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if he was the producer here, it would have helped things. But
better writing would have helped things a lot.
Yeah. Better writing and directing would have definitely benefited this. I mean, 'cause it's a decent movie, but it's kind of bogged down with like all this supernatural stuff that really does not fit. It doesn't appeal
I don't
to
know
me.
if I'd say it's a decent movie.
How about it? It has potential. It has potential, but it never really reaches that mark.
I thought it was a decent movie for like 30 minutes. After that, I was kind of like, all right, let's take out the phone. Like, all right. Well, once it was like, okay, this is definitely not going in that direction, it kind of lost me a little bit.
It could have made for a good episode of like X-Files. Like if you had turned it down
I could see that.
Also maybe taken out the element of turning a black man into a large looming monster. Because that seems like a huge problem.
It's like they took an unused script from X-Files and an unused like CSI-NY script, and they were like, what can we do with these? Let's put them together. Make a movie. Make sure there's lots of human teeth in it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, and was it me or did Nat Wolff curse like way too much, like unnecessarily?
A lot of the cursing in it felt really unnatural. Like the script in general needed a lot of work. Like Mary J. Blige's line towards the end, where I think she says like, "Oh, I'm a cop, bitch," or something like that. It's just like it's not even like good bad. It's just bad.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I thought going in it was going to be at least, enjoyable, watchable, but I don't know. I kept searching for redeemable qualities, and I kept falling short. It kept falling short. So, yeah, sorry guys. This is a disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and Nat Wolff is like, he's a good actor. Like
Yeah.
I've seen him in other things. Like, and his brother's very talented too, as you know, Randy.
right.
Yeah.
That was and you know what? I always mix them up. I mean, they're not identical twins. They're like 3 years apart, but they look pretty much alike. You're referring to Alex Wolff. In this movie, Body Cam, it's Nat Wolff. Nat Wolff was in Death Note, which was I think last year on Netflix, which I reviewed on this show, and that was actually based I think on manga. And he was awesome in that. And that Wolf, they're both Wolf brothers are very talented actors. It's just this movie, it didn't do this Wolf justice.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cast overall was good. It's just they didn't have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
there was the guy who played Angel in the show Dexter.
Yep.
Huh. I never got into Dexter. Which one was he? Was he the other cop?
Yes.
Yeah, he's one of the cops.
One of the cops.
He's like Dexter's friend and co-worker. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, this was just a total disappointment, and now our viewers know, so they can totally avoid it. Body Cam, do not check this movie out.
Yeah. Oh, and this movie also has a Disney princess in it, Annika Noni Rose playing the mother. She is also known as Princess Tiana from Princess of the Frog.
Oh wow!
And,
okay.
Yeah, and she was also in Dreamgirls. She's very talented. She's a great actress and deserves better than this.
Yeah, they all do. The whole cast deserves better than this. Oh yeah, Matt, see it or skip it.
I would just say, forget about it.
Well put. All right, guys. So I think we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be back right after this with more movie reviews. Right after this.
Under the Radar is brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Patent pending interchange genuine gemstone and crystal EMF protection jewelry. For more information, please visit magnitudejewelry.com/gemgirl or call 718-268-6634.
And we're back. Hey guys, I'm host Randy Younger, and so we want to wash out the taste of Body Cam because that was just tragic. I'm sorry, guys. Again, I can't apologize enough at how bad this movie was. Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't terrible. Like,
yeah.
I watched movies for the show that were like terrible. This one was just like, why am I watching it?
It had good elements. They were just sprinkled throughout, and it just, Anyway, okay, moving on to movie number 2, Abe, So Much Better. And this focuses on a 12-year-old boy whose family is split. The father's side, I think, is Palestinian. The mother's side is Israeli Jewish. And basically, he's caught in the middle of this religious, political battle between both sides of the family, and since he's so confused, he looks to cooking to basically unite his family, and through his specialty dishes at only 12, he basically unites them, and he actually finds work at a kitchen, and this film, I mean, this hit all the right marks for me. It actually felt a lot like the Jon Favreau film Chef, which basically is food porn, but with a story and with really warm-hearted characters that you care about. And Abe, I think this might be on my top 10 of the year so far.
Wow.
I don't know about you. Yeah, Rachel, you're a cook yourself, so what did you think?
Well, I do like the comparison to Chef. I think that that's apt, and I think that they did their homework as far as the cooking on this. But the movies that came to mind when I watched it, I kept thinking about Bandit Like Beckham. I kept thinking about a really good example is Whale Rider. Like any movie that has to do with kind of clashing cultures or clashing notions of like the modern with the past. I'm all about that. And of course, in Muslim and Jewish tradition, food often and these food traditions often come out of moments of trial and strife. Like, for example, in for the Jews, there's the Seder dinner, which like ties into Passover and all the events of Passover. But I just thought that the script brought all of these elements together so beautifully. And I thought the acting was all really well done. I thought the notion of bringing in food fusion without having it be, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Overdone, over the top.
No, I wouldn't even say over the top, like, because the thing is that oftentimes a lot of like the more famous chefs, like especially the white male chefs, they tend to just take kind of what they want from different cultures, and they don't really do much thinking into it or much consideration of what these foods mean to these cultures. And it seemed like this movie really cared about that a lot, because obviously it's difficult to bring the families together.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just beautifully done all around. And I mean, I wanted to see more of the food, but I think there was a nice balance of them showing the food and focusing on the characters. So that was a great line that it was just beautiful. Matt?
And I also appreciated that when he showed up with his like dish that he's like, oh, I've got my Tupperware container, and I'm gonna amaze him, and then he's like, nope, it's not any good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you, it's not any good. And I'm like, yeah, because a 12-year-old chef, he might be good for his age, but no, still got a lot to learn.
And that ramen taco actually looked pretty tasty. So, no. Matt, what were you salivating at the movie as much as we were?
Well, I'm like the opposite, where like I was hoping, and I was actually happy that it wasn't so much about food, because I'm not into like food porn. It's usually like if I'm following someone on Instagram and all they do is take pictures of their dogs or food, unfollow. Those are things I don't care about. I don't care about your dog. I don't care about what you ate, or what you made.
Right.
But I think the drama elements of this film were fantastic. I love that family, that like colliding, traditional, religious and just the whole. They were so traditional. Both sides were like so traditional, and it's like, and then the dad was like agnostic.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like it was just very interesting to see how a family like that deals with it or doesn't.
Yeah.
The chef that he works for, I really like that stuff too. It was kind of it's like there's so many great movies where it's a young kid hanging out with an old guy. That's just it's a good formula.
It worked. And that was Sue George, who was actually in the Life Aquatic, right?
He did all the music for Life Aquatic.
He had a small role in that too. Yeah. I was like, is this the same guy? That's very random. Okay.
Yeah.
So Noah Schnapp plays Abe, and we might know him from Stranger Things.
Yes.
And it's really nice to know that he's getting like serious work, and like he's kind of branching out from the sci-fi stuff into more substantial human drama. So that's pretty good.
Out of the group of kids from Stranger Things, I mean, I think he probably has the most talent. Although what's her face, 11, she's really good.
Oh, yeah, Millie Bobby Brown, yeah.
Right.
Yes. Out of the two boys, I mean, like, they're good. I'm kind of sick of the other one though.
Wolfhard.
Yeah,
Wolfhard.
I'm done with Wolfhard. Like, I've been done with him for like a year already.
He just needs a good
Every-
script. That's really it. He just,
Yeah, and he was waiting for that Ghostbusters movie to like push him out. And sorry, kid, it's never coming out. Movies are dead. But that's sad. I'm sad now.
No.
But yeah, no, he's great. And at first I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna buy that guy from Breaking Bad, the really old guy, as being an old Jewish man, but it worked. Is
Mark
he really
Margolius?
Jewish? I don't know. What? I didn't expect. I was like, oh, but
Yeah. Mark Margolius. He's been around. He did. He was in Scarface back in 1981. So yeah, I saw his name attached. I'm like, this could be interesting, But
yeah.
he didn't kill anybody in this one, so that's good.
And he had more dialogue in it than he had in all of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Right.
So that's interesting.
Yeah,
And he was on
yeah.
entire both shows for like a long time.
When you hit a certain age, when you're 80 years old, they'll give you more lines. That's like a rule, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's paid his dues. But yeah, I can't praise this movie enough. I mean, and it made me want to go to like those like markets out by the water. I think that was a real market. That was in Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's several markets like that out in Brooklyn they're wonderful during the summer. Obviously, we're not going to be seeing them anytime soon this summer, but yeah.
So sad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it really makes you want to like be there and just like taste everything. It looks so good. So that's good. So I can't praise this film enough. It's definitely on my list right now. Guys, are you formulating lists of your own? Like, have you seen anything that has like really stuck with you in your mind and your heart? Rachel.
Well, as far as things that have stuck in my mind, at least over the quarantine.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the entirety of MASH. And I watched the finale of it just in the past few weeks. And if you've seen that finale, you know that it's quite emotional. It just completely spans a range of emotions. And after having watched the entire series and spent so much time with those characters, it was just very satisfying to revisit that and see where it all ended and how it all came together. So,
wow. Did the movie came out before the show, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Cool. Yep. And the only actor that carried over is the actor who played Radar from the movie to the show. All the rest of the actors were recast.
Okay. And was that like I never watched MASH, but was that basically like Cheers in an army camp?
Way. It's much more of like, depending on the episode, it could be very dramatic or it could be very comedic. Like some episodes are full on comedy. In other episodes, it's like something really funny will be happening, and then they're like, "Well, we got wounded," and the helicopter comes in or the buses come in with the wounded, and it's like, "Well, I guess we're back to surgery again." Or there'll be other episodes like in the finale. There's an entire storyline about a character losing his hearing. I mean, it's like it is a show that will make you laugh 1 minute and just have you like sobbing the next. It's really wonderful. And it's the cast throughout it, like, I think got better and better as the years went on. And that's not to say anything bad about the actors in the early seasons. They were great too, but the fact that you get David Ogden Stiers, who is probably best known as the voice of Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast to our generation, that he gets to come in and play this pompous, full of himself surgeon that, doesn't want to be there. I thought that he would just be, spending the wartime over in Tokyo and, living in luxury. And now he has to actually be at this, this war hospital. and but that underneath us, you get to know him that he has just this giant, wonderful heart, and that he can, have his moments of selflessness. So
is that Alan Alda?
Alan Alda, yes, he is the lead in it. He plays Hawkeye Pierce.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. I'll have to get into that show. I'm only 45 years late, but
yeah, and he also directed and wrote a number of the episodes as well.
Cool.
Especially in the later seasons.
Nice. Oh, guys, I forgot. Body Cam is actually currently on digital platforms. So if you feel so inclined to subject yourself to that, check that out. That's Body Cam.
just wait till season 2 of Umbrella Academy comes out, or just if you haven't watched season 1, watch season 1. She's also kind of a authority figure of sorts in that, and she's much better written.
Yeah, good to know.
So I forgot to tell you,
yes, sir,
that this movie that we said was garbage and you should avoid it. It's everywhere, so pay money to watch it.
Exactly. Kind of a mixed emotion. Also, and with Abe, that's also currently on.
Can't find it anywhere.
and Abe will be out on DVD. Remember those on June 2nd. So check that out. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So Matt, I'm sorry. Back to our list of movies that are really sticking with us right now. Is there a movie that comes to mind right now that during the pandemic that's really grabbed your attention?
Like a new film, like 2020, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like 2020, I don't know yet. I feel like it hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
I've been in the house.
Matt, have you seen The Hunt?
Yes.
With Betty Gilpin. What did you think?
I liked it. I was a little disappointed. Like, I thought it would be a little better, but I definitely enjoyed it. That's actually the last film I saw in a theater.
Right.
I saw it like that Wednesday, like where it was like basically like I think they shut theaters down on Thursday. I went. I'm like, I'm gonna go see this, and I saw that. I liked that. I liked. I liked Invisible Man.
Mm-hmm. Onward.
Universal
last too.
Universal's been doing great, and too bad AMC doesn't want to carry their movies anymore, and Regal, I guess, too now. I just watched Scoob.
Was it
with the kid.
Better than the live action?
Loved it.
Was it better than the live action movies?
I like the first live action movie. I like it's like like a campy take on it. This, it's animated, so it's like. But I think if you're a Hanna-Barbera nerd, such as I am, and you grew up on all those cartoons, there's characters from other Hanna-Barbera stuff in it, which is really cool. It's got Dick Dastardly and Muttley in it. Blue Falcon, Dynamite, Captain Caveman's in it, voiced by Tracy Jordan. So, Tracy Morgan. I always get his character name confused with his real name. Which one is right? No, it's a lot of fun. So if you're into Hanna-Barbera stuff, Scooby-Doo, I would say definitely check it out. It's good.
What were any of the Super Friends? Did they make an appearance?
No Super Friends yet.
Oh,
I'm hoping this will solidify a shared Hanna-Barbera universe in films where they do good animated ones. Stop trying to do live action ones, like the Yogi Bear movie or whatever, and just focus on just doing this kind of stuff.
Wow.
I think it'd be good because Warner Brothers needs a franchise that they can get right.
Wait, what? Yeah, what's happening with Wonder Woman 1984? Is that next year now?
Pretty much everything's on hold.
Yeah.
All the big movies. It's like that, and then Marvel has Black Widow, where it's all right, like instead of giving into like putting things out streaming and selling it, they want to do it theatrically. So it's just going to take time
Yeah.
because who knows when we're going to be in theaters again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Matt, what's happening with the Cinema Arts Center? Any progress?
I mean, basically it was like a thing where it was like, well, we could be open by June, but there's a 4-phase, thing to reopen for theaters, and I think Long Island's like not even on phase 1 yet, so or like just hit phase 1, so I'm thinking like, July, August probably.
Been hearing
September,
a lot
May.
about August seems to be like the month. Let's hope we reach that target.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I just see a lot of people with no masks outside, just hanging out
Yeah.
in the park, just trying to catch my Pokemon, and there they are. But they're all these millennials and post-millennials, whatever they're called, millennials. I don't know.
No.
They don't mask on. They don't care.
But you know what, guys? I've been hearing a lot about drive-ins making a serious comeback. Have you?
Yeah.
What have you guys heard? I've only heard like some whisperings about like various scattered drive-ins throughout New York. I don't even know where they are exactly. But Rachel, have you heard anything?
I think there might be a few out in New Jersey as well. But the problem is I don't have a car, so I don't know how I could go to a drive-in without a car.
Maybe a bike?
Yeah.
Maybe. I guess I would need a radio of some kind, or however it is that they're doing the audio for them these days. So
yeah,
because I don't know if it's still like it was back in the day when you had to like just put it to the radio station to get the audio for it, or if they've changed that up.
It's probably
they have those the classic ones. Like Pennsylvania has a couple. New Jersey might have one or two that are like classic ones. What they're doing, there's one in Hempstead. I think they're doing Goonies on the 26th.
Really? Okay.
And there's one somewhere in Suffolk, but I don't know how they're doing it because it's not like they're not actual drive-in theaters, and like it's limited to like 50 cars or something, and tickets are like I don't know. I saw some are doing something free. Some are doing things that are like tickets are like $50, but they come with like snacks and stuff.
No, I could see the owners of those lots or whatever, those areas, those fields, really capitalizing on that stuff and really, taking people for advantage of people, and that's a shame.
Yeah,
it's definitely proof we shouldn't have gotten rid of them in the first place.
Yeah,
I mean, if the one in Westbury was still there, I would still be going. I went there the last time I was there was the week they closed. I went to go see Something About Mary for the third time there, and that was many moons ago. It was like 97,
98, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I think most drive-ins
closed that one, and that was the last one on Long Island. So,
well, I would love. I haven't been to a drive-in in over a decade, and this was what I think in New Hampshire. It would be great. It's like a nice throwback, I think it'd be a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, and I think that since they operate seasonally, a lot of them aren't going to be doing first-run movies. They're going to be doing stuff like Back to the Future. They're going to be doing Goonies. They're going to be doing nostalgic stuff to get the families out.
I love it. Maybe like Matt, maybe a cult cafe outdoors or something.
There are plans to do things. So, some of my friends are like, in the works of trying to figure something out. So we'll see. I'll definitely let everyone here know if something like that goes down. It would be fantastic. Yeah. But for the time being,
yeah. Oh, all right, guys. So here's the wonderful time of the show where we plug stuff. So, Rachel, anything you want to, tell everybody about?
Let's see. Well, you can find me on Twitter at Rachel E. Kolb. You can find my theater musings and tweets at LudusNYC on Twitter. Also, on my theater website is ludusnyc.com. And since we didn't mention it before, I just want to tell everybody, go watch the works of Fred Willard, because
Oh, yes.
just wonderful, wonderful actor, and it's a great time to revisit his work. He will give you a lot of laughs.
Everything he did with Christopher Guest, everything, all the Anchorman films are great. He never made a bad performance, and he was always just so funny.
He's in some bad movies, but he's still enjoyable.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was great. I mean, Fernwood Tonight was one of those shows I used to watch on Nick and Night all the time when they first started airing it, and him and Martin Mull. I mean, what a duo.
And it's like that old school comedy, also with like Jerry Stiller. So that kind of that era, it's just really, you gotta. I personally treasure that talent in that time.
Yeah,
he will.
Yeah, and I think still at this point he's the only live action actor to ever appear in a Pixar film because of his bit enough.
What was he in? I'm sorry.
In the movie Up, he's the only live action actor to appear in a Pixar film, as far as I'm aware.
That is some good
if anyone
trivia.
Wants to correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Sounds accurate. Cool. All right. Well, Fred Willard, rest in peace, sir. You were great, and I can't think about him without smiling. So that's a good thing. So thank you for that. Matt, any plugs on your end?
Well, this Saturday, around between like 9:50 and 10 o'clock, we start the group, and we're doing the classic Hammer film, Twins of Evil, this week. So that'll be fun. Peter Cushing, classic 70s vampires and witches and stuff. So it's fun.
Cool. That sounds exciting, actually. What year was that? 71? Nice.
I think.
Cool. And they could just watch it on Facebook. You're going to do a watch party?
Yep, it's going to be a watch party on our Cult Cafe, Not So Secret Society group. So yeah, tune into that. Hang out.
Cool. Because what else are you going to do, right?
Seriously.
No, seriously. With the pandemic, I've actually been going to a good amount of your cult cafes. So, because, heading over to Huntington, it's not that easy. So with the watch parties, it's definitely a lot more convenient. So
I feel like even when things go back to normal, I feel like I still want to do the watch parties, so people who aren't there can hang out there too.
Yeah, do both
in the cafe.
You should do both. Cool. Oh, and Rachel, is Dobby with you this evening?
He is. He's been napping next to me. Let me see if I can wake him up real quick. Hey, buddy.
Oh.
Aww. Hello. Yeah, you can find him on Instagram. I should have given him a plug. He is Dobby the House Doggo on Instagram.
Follow him.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, you're sleepy, buddy. I know.
Sorry to wake you. Just wanted to say hello. Hello.
Right. He's going back to bed.
All right, go to sleep. And also, guys, I just want to mention again, friend of the show, Mr. John Bartnick. He has a GoFundMe page to raise funds to 3D print PPE equipment, mostly masks, to essential workers. The goal is $1,500, and I believe the last he was at $360. So, do your part. It's for a great cause. And you can email John at nerdasutrahelps@yahoo.com. And that's NERDASUTRAHELPS ASUTRA helps at yahoo.com. And also, I don't want to leave without saying that our wonderful sponsor, Magnitude Jewelry, is doing each $50 purchase on the website gets a free mask and free shipping, and over $100 gets free hand sanitizers. So check that out, Magnitude Jewelry. So guys, Rachel, Matt, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time tonight. This was great as always.
Thank you for having me.
Just be safe, keep watching movies, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm Randy Younger. This has been Under the Radar. Thanks so much for watching, guys.